What are your thoughts as to what's happening to Los Angeles in the last few years? It must be heartbreaking.
When I first moved to LA back in 1968,
Wow.
September of 1968.
Summer love.
That's right. I got off the plane, Mark, and I thought I had walked into paradise.
Okay.
It was so beautiful. It was beautiful weather, still beautiful weather, clean, opportunities everywhere. People got along for the most part. No homeless people all around, no beggars, no bums, jobs everywhere. I bought my first home at 25.
Wow.
And every time I wanted to increase my salary, I would move from one job to another one. Jobs are everywhere. It was paradise on earth. Now that paradise is a nightmare.
Yeah.
You have homeless people everywhere. And it's not uncommon to be driving down the road and you see homeless people taking a dump on the sidewalk and you driving right by there and they're taking a dump. Illegal aliens everywhere. You can't even move about without running into a Mexican. I'm like, what the? Job, no opportunity for jobs anymore. Few opportunities. Streets are dirty. People are divided. It's a mess, man. It's gone from the light to the darkness. And it is crime everywhere. You can't even move to the west side now because at one time you can move to the west side. I used to live in South Central Los Angeles when I first moved here. And when I first moved, it was kind of nice because white people lived over there and the blacks, right? It was kind of nice. And then they started moving in more blacks and the white people left and it just went to hell. So I moved to the west side. And it was beautiful in the west side. But now the west side is starting to look like the east side. I mean, the South Central, East LA and South Central LA. Big apartment buildings, they're moving in, the poor people, they call them, the crime through the roof. They're defunding the police. It's hard to walk down the street at night now because you might get robbed or something like that. It's bad.
And do you see any mechanism for it to get better?
I have hope. I remember Larry Elder ran to take out Gavin Newsom, right? And I had hoped that Larry would win. But what happened was 80% of the Black women voted to keep Gavin Newsom in there. And the Black male voters, I guess it was so few, they didn't even count those, it seems. And so, but I still have hope. I think that it's so bad that maybe the liberals and the conservative Democrats and Republican voters at some point would say, you know what, I had enough. And they would start voting these people out. I have hope that that might happen.
If Jesse Lee Peterson became either mayor of Los Angeles or governor of California, what policies would you change to improve things?
Number one, I will refund the police. I will bring them back immediately.
Yeah.
And I will make sure they enforce the law to protect the innocent from the bad, right? The negative from the good, or the good from the negative. I would improve on the educational system. No more teaching this garbage to the children. I would want reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Yeah.
I would bring back trade schools because when you learn how to work with your hands, when you know a trade or you know how to work, you're going to always have food on your table. You'll be able to take care of yourself. I would have less government. We would work for the people instead of working against the people. I would shut down the borders. No more illegals. I would even close the front door for a while until we can clean up the mess and then look and see if we want to let more in. But I would definitely shut down the borders and ship all the illegals back to wherever they came from. I would make California great again.
Jesse, we're running out of time. What has been your favorite part of this interview?
Your attitude. You have an amazing attitude. And I love the way you communicate, the questions you ask. It's not personal.
Yeah.
And especially being a Jew. You're a Jew, right?